Don't skip. Stoics' true peace doesn't come from controlling the world around you, it comes from mastering the way you respond to it. And today we're going to explore how you can do just that. Let's get started. Number one, control your mind. Mind, have you ever felt like you were caught in a storm with no way out? A single criticism L lingers in your mind, ruining your entire day. An unanswered message sends you spiraling, overthinking a dozen worst-case scenarios. One small failure snowballs into a flood of negativity, making you feel as if the whole world is against you. But let me tell you a truth that few people realize, that storm isn't outside of you. It's inside your mind. And if you learn to control it, you'll find something you've been searching for your entire life: inner peace. I used to be a slave to my own mind. If someone insulted me, I got angry. If things didn't go my way, I felt defeated. I lived like a tiny boat in the ocean, tossed around by the waves, never realizing that I could take control of the wheel. Then one day I came across a quote from Epictetus that changed everything. If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation that hit me like a slap in the face. No one could actually make me angry or hurt me. They simply acted or spoke as they wished. But my emotions, that was my choice. I realized it wasn't the world making me suffer. It was how I interpreted the world. From that moment on, I started practicing one simple principle that changed my life. Observe your mind instead of letting it control you. Try this: close your eyes and imagine someone saying something that upsets you. You feel the anger rising, don't you? Now, instead of letting it explode, pause and ask yourself, is it really their words that hurt me? Or is it my own thoughts about their words? Then ask yourself, can I control my reaction, and is there another way to see this situation? You'll realize that emotions don't happen to you. They are created by you. If you change how you think, you change how you feel, and when you control how you feel, you take control of your life. Imagine you're holding a burning coal in your hand. You're angry, you're in pain, yet you refuse to let go. You think gripping it tightly will hurt the other person, but the only one getting burned is you. Negative emotions work the same way: we cling to them. Anger, hurt, anxiety, as if they're a part of us. But if you learn to control your mind, you can release them all. And that is true. Freedom. Once you stop searching for peace outside and start cultivating it within, no one will ever have the power to hurt you again. So how do you practice this? First, learn to observe your thoughts when emotions surge. Don't react instantly. Step back, detach yourself, and watch them as if they don't belong to you. Next, recognize that you are not your emotions. Anger, anxiety, sadness, they don't define you. They're just passing waves on the surface of the ocean. Once you see this, you can control your reactions when faced with negativity. Ask yourself, can I respond differently? And finally, remember, nothing can hurt you unless you allow it to. What others say or do only affects you. If you give it permission to, you don't need to change the world to find peace. You don't need to control everything around you to be happy. Peace doesn't come from the outside. It comes from how you see the world. Like the eye of a storm, calm, steady, unaffected by the raging winds of life. You can be the eye of the storm in your own life, and it all starts with one thing: mastering your mind. Number two, accept everything as it is. Accept everything as it is. We often live under the false belief that we can control everything. We meticulously plan for the future, expecting things to unfold exactly as we wish. But when life takes an unexpected turn, we panic, grow frustrated, even suffer. The truth is, countless things are beyond our control: the weather, the actions of others, unforeseen events. If we keep resisting reality, we are only making ourselves miserable. Epictetus once said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather wish that what happens happens the way it happens." Then you will be happy when we stop imposing expectations on the world and instead accept it as it is. We find happiness, but acceptance does not mean surrender. Rearing or becoming passive, on the contrary, it is a state of awareness, one where we learn to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. Like a chess player, we cannot change our opponent's moves, but we can adjust our own strategy. Like a sailor, we cannot control the direction of the wind, but we can set our sails wisely to navigate the currents. So how do we practice acceptance in daily life? The first step is to clearly recognize the boundary between what is within our power and what is not. Our efforts are within our control, but outcomes are not. Our actions are ours to decide. But other people's thoughts and emotions are not. Once we understand this distinction, we stop wasting energy on things beyond our reach, but understanding is one thing, practicing it is another. The next step is to cultivate acceptance through small moments in everyday life, preparing ourselves for bigger challenges ahead. When stuck in traffic, instead of growing impatient, use the time to reflect or listen to your favorite music. When rain ruins your plans, instead of feeling disappointed, embrace the moment. Feel the cool raindrops on your skin. Breathe brie in the fresh scent of the earth after the storm. These small shifts gradually shape a new perspective, a different way of seeing the world. Ironically, the more we try to control life, the more vulnerable we become. But when we learn to accept, a strange sense of freedom emerges. It is like a river flowing around rocks instead of trying to break through them, or a kite soaring with the wind rather than fighting against it. We become more adaptable, more at ease, and most importantly, no longer dragged into unnecessary negative emotions. Is this easy? Of course not. Human nature craves control, wanting to bend everything to our will, and that very desire is what leads to disappointment. Ask yourself, how many times have you felt miserable just because something didn't go as planned? How many times have you been angry because someone didn't act the way you wanted? How many moments of joy have you lost, dwelling on the past or worrying about the future? Life will never be perfect, but we can choose how we perceive it. If today you decide to accept everything as it is, without resentment, without resistance, simply accepting, you will find the world lighter and your heart at peace, and that is the path to happiness. Yet accepting things as they are is only half the journey. After all, life is not just what we see in front of us. It is also the unknown that lies ahead. What will tomorrow bring? Will our expectations be met, or will an unexpected turn await us? If we keep fearing the unknown, can our minds ever truly be at peace to find lasting happiness? We must learn to embrace uncertainty with an open heart, something we will explore next. Number 3, embrace uncertainty. Why do we fear? Embrace uncertainty. Uncertainty because our minds are bound by the illusion of control. We want to know what tomorrow holds. We want certainty that our plans will unfold as expected, but in reality, everything can change in an instant. A sudden storm, an unexpected phone call, an unforeseen opportunity. What happens when we resist uncertainty? We become tense, anxious, desperately clinging to things that were never truly ours to hold. But what happens when we learn to embrace it? We become free. Epicurus once said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." When we internalize this wisdom, we stop wasting energy on what's beyond our control and focus, instead, on how we respond to it. A trader cannot control the market, but they can control their investment choices. A person cannot stop the rain from falling, but they can choose to carry an umbrella or enjoy the rain. It is this ability to take charge of our perspective that transforms uncertainty from an enemy into an ally. Imagine your mind as a wild horse. If you try to control it by pulling the reins too tightly, it will resist and throw you off. But if you learn to guide it with skill and ease, you can ride it freely without fear. Uncertainty works the same way, rather than fighting against it. Learn to ride its waves when faced with an unclear future. Don't panic, instead ask, what opportunity does this bring, rather than thinking, what's the worst that could happen? Ask yourself, how can I adapt? Applying this mindset in real life is not as difficult as you might think. The first step is to recognize the things you are trying to control in vain. Write them down. I worry about how others perceive me. I fear my plans will fail. I'm scared things won't go as expected. Then ask yourself, are these things truly within my control? If not, let them go. Next, practice adaptability. Try going through a day without rigidly planning every detail. Just let things unfold naturally when an unexpected obstacle arrives, as observe how you react. Do you tense up or do you accept it? Can you find a creative solution instead of resisting? Each time you succeed, you will feel lighter, stronger. Finally, cultivate faith in yourself, not blind faith that everything will always be fine, but the belief that whatever happens, you will handle it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that human beings possess an extraordinary ability to adapt as long as they do not lose their composure in the face of the unknown. You don't need to know exactly what the future holds. You only need to trust that whatever comes, you will stand firm. Look back on your life. How many times have moments of uncertainty opened doors you never expected, leading you to incredible experiences beyond your imagination? Share your story in the comments. I would love to hear about your journey, and if you still hesitate to embrace uncertainty, perhaps now